Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Rabbit Hole Show. Hey, Dave.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Okay, so tonight we're talking about DIYs. DIYs for preppers, basically. Um, Making your own. What are your ideas, Dave?
Oh, once I turn the volume down on my tablet, it's a lot better. Uh, one of the main things about making your own stuff is you get to control the ingredients that go into the items you're making. Uh, Whether it be um, your canning, your freeze drying, your dehydrating, or even just your household spices that you're using.
Oh, it's fun to
Um,
come up with different spices. I mean, especially homemade spices, because, like we've always said, if you do it yourself, you can control the ingredients.
that's it, and you get to custom make things also. That's what we like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a grinder, a pepper grinder that I take with me when I'm on the road, and the it's black pepper and roasted garlic. I can't find it. I I don't know where we got it from,
That's
but
another
we're
problem when you buy something and you really like it, and uh number one, either they discontinue it, or you can't remember where you bought it from. you know that's where making it yourself comes into play, because you can have it anytime you want. You'll never run out, and it doesn't have preservatives.
right.
Like, you
Well,
can look up on YouTube, or Google, whatever, and you can find homemade gravy mixes, homemade biscuit mix, all kinds of things that you can make without, that, whatever it's called, that anti-caking agent. you know.
hold on one second. I have some maintenance to do here.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
What happened?
I went to go turn the volume down earlier and realized I've got a big thumbprint over the camera, and I don't know if it was messing with the video or not. I've just needed to clean that up. Uh,
Yeah.
but I mean, being able to make your own stuff. For instance, Lisa, and you can speak more about this. The salt.
Hmm.
Um, there is difference in salts.
Big
A
time.
huge difference.
That anybody that buys that 99-cent container of table salt, you're making a big mistake, because that salt is stripped of all of the minerals that your body needs, especially magnesium. From what I understand about magnesium, is magnesium helps to pull, when you drink water, it helps to pull the moisture into your cells. That's you're keeping you hydrated. You can drink all the water you want, but if you don't have the minerals to get into your cells, you're still going to be dehydrated. Like, if you drink, let's say, the recommended 8 glasses. I don't know anybody that drinks 8 glasses of water a day, whatever. But you know people that do. Oh, okay. Very recently. But if you don't get those minerals into your body, you're still going to be dehydrated. And that's where you get the swelling in the ankles and things like that. So, and the minerals, they are your electrolytes, as well as, rather, the sodium.
Well, and also too, when you're using the just the table salt, um, like Lisa was talking about, you're not getting all the benefits out of the other minerals that's in the salt, and you wind up having to use more of that salt to
Mhm.
get the good taste that you want.
Mhm.
Uh, so, and then that leads into other issues too.
Yeah,
Your
the
body needs salt.
my recommendations for a good salt, of course, is the Himalayan pink salt and the Celtic gray. And you can get Redmond. Um, that one, Redmond, is actually mined from out of Utah. So, and there is no processing of it. It's just, it's pure.
Yes. Um, uh, so just think about, with that, you can have your own ingredients. And then another thing, too, that goes along with, say you want to do some canning. Now you can choose to go get the organic stuff. You can choose what organic you get. Some organics are not organic, and we all know this. But you know what you're putting in that jar when you buy it yourself.
Well,
Instead
exactly.
of you,
It,
we've
like,
gotten cans of stuff and it be too salty
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, the store bought canned goods. I mean, they'll work in a pinch. Yes, we do have store bought canned goods, but that was when we bought them. Gosh, I don't know. But it was before all of this. The bio. Before the bioengineered food product was put on the labels. You know, and speaking of organic, when you said that, this popped into my head. Sometimes even if you buy organic, let's take. I'm probably gonna piss some people off here, but oatmeal is not meant for human consumption. Number one, it's extremely high in carbs, which turns into nothing but sugar into your body. Oatmeal is basically to fatten horses up in the wintertime. So I'm just throwing that out there. But when you buy organic, it may say organic on the package, but you have to still be cautious of what ingredients are in there, such as any type of carbohydrates, because carbohydrates just turn to sugar in your body. You also have to be aware of where it comes from.
Oh
So
yeah.
you have to be aware of where it comes from.
You want to get really disappointed, start looking at where some of the fish comes from.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It'll change your mind about the fish you buy, and also too going out and eating fish at a restaurant. It's not what they say most of the time.
Most of
Not
the
saying
time.
all the time, most of the time. So, um,
Now, if you can,
and once you do a little bit of research on where that fish comes from,
especially tilapia.
uh, yeah, you may never eat that again.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I love
So,
tilapia. I love tilapia, and I love catfish. But those two are go ahead and say
wow,
it.
yeah, they're poo fish.
Yeah, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I mean, but I feel like a lot of people lately are really starting to catch on to all of this. What are you laughing at?
There you go. Jason right here in the chat. He says, everything I love is killing me. And that is so true, man.
Oh, and
Uh,
another one.
the,
He says, "What? No oatmeal? Yes, no
and the
oatmeal.
bad
I'm
part of it is,
sorry."
the more you learn, the worse it
I
gets.
know. I
You know, and,
know.
and, and it's like, never mind. I just want to put my shades on, put my head in the sand, and say, it tastes good. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I know. I mean, even the vegetables you buy in the store are sprayed with pesticides, and even if you wash them, that stuff doesn't come off. You know, so
Yeah, well, it goes back to everything that tastes good is usually not good for you. It's just like they used to say the cigarettes were good for you, and we all know the truth.
hmm
So, it's an evolution, and we're starting to become more educated. Now, it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom, um,
No, no, I'll
but
tell
that
you,
is the
if
reason why.
like for instance, if if you like watermelon flavored
Sorry,
candy,
Ronnie.
huh?
Ronnie says I got to clean out my cabinets. I said, sorry, Ronnie.
Well, I mean, like for me, one of my favorite fruits is watermelon, and I like to freeze dry it. And the for whatever reason, the process it just turns it has 10 times the flavor than fresh
Yeah.
watermelon. It's like eating candy, which probably not all that good with the sugar content, but it's way better
Well,
than
again,
anything like that at the store.
yeah, but also too, you got to understand that it's like good salt, bad salt. There's good sugar, bad sugar. A lot of the fruits that have natural sugar in them are absolutely better for you than the saturated sugars and fats that are
Well,
added into these
processed.
foods.
I think you're talking about
Yes.
processed. Yeah.
Well, that, and you look at something that says natural sugar 8 grams, added sugar is 8 grams.
Mhm.
They add all this extra stuff to it.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I mean, you know, most of the sugars that are in the fruit, in moderation, are not bad for you.
No, no, not at all.
You know, you
As
like
long as they're
again
not
in moderation,
genetically modified.
right? So, and that right there brings us back around to roll your own. I mean, you start making your own stuff. You can control the ingredients. You know where it come from. You can control how it's stored, and that way you know that okay, this family member has a specific no salt for them or low salt. Well,
Mhm.
cool. You can control that.
Mhm.
Or like us, we love garlic. We want more garlic in this, and
Mhm.
we can add as much as we want.
Mhm. Well,
Uh,
now I was talking to our friend Martha. You know who I'm talking about? Martha and Donald. Are you listening, Dave?
I am. I'm looking at chats too.
So I
No, I'm
was talking
listening.
to Martha not too long ago. Donald, he's having some heart issues, and they had him on a very low sodium diet, which I don't disagree with. But I did tell her about using the Himalayan pink salt. And I told her about the magnesium and all the other minerals that are in that salt. And she switched to that, and his swelling went down. And she asked me, well, how much should I use? I told her, I said, you use what you normally use. If you're still using the table salt, get rid of that, but use what you normally use. Maybe just a smidge more.
Right.
And she told me that because he had the swelling in the ankles, and she said that his swelling went down. So I was like, well, that's great. Just one simple change can make a big difference. Are you typing in the chat?
I am. I am.
Okay.
And you're right. Um,
Yes, get rid of the beanie weenies and Viennas. Definitely.
oh,
I can't think of a more highly processed food at all. I can't. than than Viennas and potted meat. And I mean, I will admit I like the Vienna sausages, and I like potted meat, and I like stuff like that, but there's virtually nothing good in those, in my opinion.
yeah. Well,
You know.
also too, it depends on who you're listening to and what you're listening to. The flavor of the week, where they say, eggs are bad, uh, cholesterol's bad, cholesterol's good.
Mm,
Don't eat this, don't do that. Depends on what quack come out with a new report in a magazine,
Yeah,
and it went
yeah.
mainstream.
So, real
So
quick, I want to put up a couple of websites for everybody. I'm going to put the websites in the chat so that you can go back and look because um, because I think they're a really good source to check out, things to make for yourself and your family. Give me 1 second. Okay, they're in the chat, but I am going to pop them up. Let's see. Okay, this one from askaprepper.com. Now, there's 177 things on here that you can pick and choose from. Now, we had a long time ago we talked about, people that are putting bread in a jar and canning it to make bread, that way bread in a jar. I have not done that, but and it's like I said, this has been a while, but I went to the YouTube channel called Rose Red Homestead, and she is a college, well, she's retired now, but she's a college professor there in Colorado, and she brings the science, she brings the receipts. She says that doing this is not a good thing to do because the very center of inside the jar does not heat up enough. I'd have to go back and look at it, but she says that's not really a good thing to do because you're setting yourself up to either make yourself or someone else sick. But 177 things to look at. You can make your own powdered eggs. Uh, Build a watering tube system for your chickens. All kinds of things. A DIY generator. That's a YouTube video or video only. There's no real description. But like I said, it's just a plethora of different things that you can use. Dave, are you able to see the website?
I am.
Okay.
And also, too, just as a side note, we need to remember to put these websites in the descriptions of the video we're doing right now. It's kicking Jason off of the live stream, so he'll have those in the description.
Oh, he's getting kicked off? I don't know why. I don't know why that
Not
would happen.
sure.
Internet connection, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, while I was looking at this website, I noticed right here, um, towards it's on the right at the almost at the it's at the very top of the page towards the right. It's a book called The Lost Ways. I've heard a lot about this book, and it's basically a handbook for the way that people lived 100 or 150 years ago. So that would be something. That's actually something that I've been wanting to get. Is that book because I'm pretty sure it's got some great information in there. And let's see, the other website I wanted to show everybody. Now this one has to do with food mostly. Ways that you can utilize your food storage to make meals, and it's got all kinds of. It tells you. It's got some recipes in here, I think.
Stockpile ingredients and, you know, a whole bunch of key things here
Yeah, I
for.
mean, like it's got 24 soup meals there, but you can make soup out of just about anything. Um,
So scroll back up for a moment.
okay, tell me when to stop.
Well, pause it when you can see it says the grains right there.
Right here?
Up just a little bit more. Sorry, a little bit more. Keep going. I thought there was a list of right there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to manage the delay.
Okay, so I'm assuming, yeah, I know. I'm assuming that this is okay. It says quantity for one adult, 75 pounds of flour, pasta, rice or oats. I'm assuming that's for 1 year. You can scratch the oats out of that, but
Well, it says for 3 months.
oh, it says 3 months.
A good prepper pantry has a variety of foods for 3 months.
Oh,
Think
okay.
about getting
Well,
grains,
it would
75
help if
pounds
I if
total.
it would help if I read it, wouldn't it?
um, but no, I mean, stuff like this, that information's out there. We're just here to kind of point you in the right direction and send you to a couple of links to go take a look at. But ultimately, like stuff like this will allow you to create your own. You can create your own food, your menus, and a way to save those items. The canned meats, beans, and peanut butter. The protein is one of the big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Flour, pasta, rice, and oats. A lot of these items are forever foods. These grains that can keep well, the rice that is forever food, the beans are forever foods,
Well, one thing that
but those are fillers.
well, yeah, but I think that the
Well,
protein
we
should,
consider them fillers.
yeah, yeah, but we have to change the way that we think about it now, because protein is extremely important, uh, along with the right fats. The right fats are very important. Anything animal based, lard, tallow, good pure butter, even bacon grease. Anything that comes from an animal is not bad for you.
Baking up is a good thing to have on hand.
Yeah, but you don't have to buy it. Just save your bacon grease after you cook your bacon.
Well, yeah, but
They make these really cool containers for that.
so here's the thing, though. Um, for me, it is easier for me if I'm out on the road traveling or even camping that I can have the bacon up and use a little bit of bacon grease instead of having to cook something that splatters a lot on a controlled cooking surface.
Hmm.
I do a lot of cooking on my tailgate, and hamburgers, bacon, all those items, they splatter so much that it's really hard to contain that. So I get bacon up, but it's easier for me to have that on hand if I want bacon grease.
Hmm.
So yes,
Well,
you can save
everything,
your own.
it has a purpose, sure.
It does. Absolutely. Um, but we're going back to the making your own so you can control the ingredients. All, that goes into your storage capabilities too.
Hmm.
Uh, you know, do you have, all right, for instance, when you're doing a pepper grinder or whatever, don't throw it away. See if you can open it up. Some of them are, you
Some
can,
of
some
them
of
you
them you
can't
can't.
reopen, and I know they do that on
Yeah.
purpose.
But see if you can open those up and then start experimenting. So, Lisa, you do a lot of garlic prep because garlic
Hmm.
is one of those superfoods. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It's very very good for you. Now we like a lot of roasted garlic. Doing that roasted garlic, what do? You cut it in slices. You put it in a pan. Put it in the
Well, no,
oven. How?
actually, of course you gotta peel it, but actually you don't have to peel it. You can keep it in the bulb altogether, and you wrap it up in foil. Of course, you put some olive oil on it and a little bit of salt, and you wrap it in foil nice and tight. And I'll have to look up how long. But you roast it in the oven until it's soft. Um, and then it just squeezes right out. You know, it becomes so soft it just squeezes right out. You can take that, mix it up with, you know, some salt and whatever herbs you want to put in there, and you can, if you don't have a freeze dryer, you can dehydrate that, spread it real thin on one of those edge trays, and dehydrate that. And then once it's completely dry, you grind it up. You can use a mortar and pestle, which would probably be the better way to do it, or you know, one of those little coffee grinders, cheap electric coffee grinder, and crumble it up that way, make it into a powder, and you just created your own garlic salt with herbs. You
Right.
know, I mean, there's too many possibilities to. I'd be sitting here for 3 hours, you know, because
Well, and that
whatever
roasted
comes
garlic is
to your
so good.
mind, you can make it into a seasoning. You know, just different seasoning blends.
Well, and along those lines, the bouillon that you make,
Mm-hmm. You can
you
make
know,
your own
when you go
bouillon.
to when you go to buy that stuff, it's so high in sodium and it's got all those preservatives in it
Mm-hmm.
and everything else.
Those cute little squares wrapped up in their pretty little foil wrapping. You know, those are not necessarily good for you. Um, when I first made my first batch of bouillon, I used the dehydrator, and it's basically just rendered down chicken broth or beef broth, whichever one you're making. But you just render it down until you get a very, very thick, syrupy consistency. And then you pour it on the trays, and then you put it on spread it out on the dehydrator. Dehydrate it, you know, for 12 hours, but then you got to flip it over. And once you flip it over, you can remove it from, it should be still pliable, but it's not going to fall apart. And you can put it on a mesh tray. That way, the air can circulate all the way around it, and leave it on there until it's completely dry and it snaps like a chip. Well, there's your bouillon. And that's the best tasting bouillon I've ever had. Dave?
Yeah, no, looking YouTube froze.
We're still going.
Okay, maybe on my end.
No, we're still going. We're good.
Well, I'm watching the YouTube live stream separate of what we're doing right now, and it is frozen.
Oh. No, it's not. I am. I'm frozen. So how do I start over? I need my guru. Mine's frozen. No, wait, I'm back. Mine's okay. Okay, we're good actually. Never mind.
Uh, no, there he goes. Weird. Okay.
Anyway, next. Does anybody in the chat have any questions or comments?
No, was just sitting there going through some of them, and I'm trying to get my controls here right. Um, but no, it doesn't look like anyone has any questions. A couple of comments here and there, and we've gone through a few of them. But let's see here. Interviews. Oh, Mark said, I have seen interviews with North Korea defectors that reports that they are having to eat bugs to survive during the winter.
Where did that come from?
Mark
Oh.
said he was seeing some interviews with North Korean defectors.
Um,
So,
the
you
one
know,
have they not made it out yet? I'm assuming.
defectors, they're leaving. I don't know
Yeah.
if they've made it out yet, but I'd take the beanie weenies and Vanya sausage.
Oh, definitely, definitely. In a pinch, hell yeah.
Right?
But I mean,
Um,
I don't see the United States turning into North Korea. Although, if we had the right recipe for the wrong, a wrong administration, I mean, who knows? But that's neither here nor there.
well, just keep in mind, about when you're going to make your own stuff, that it is up to you what you can do. You're only limited by your imagination.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make your own seasonal with, some cayenne, garlic, pepper, and things like that, by all means, experiment. Amazon's got a whole bunch of cool little shakers and containers and things like that that you can fill with your own stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Amazon
much better than
is a great source for getting prepper needs. Anything.
they are. It's like the what is it, the Morton seasonal that I've used a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some other stuff, the ingredients in there that we don't need.
Right.
Um, the monosodium whatevers and
Monosodium glutamate.
sulfate. Oh yeah, well it's like the whole
MSG.
you can't you can't pronounce it. So, um, but that's what we're talking about, where you can control the ingredients and have the preservation of these items too. The mylar, the shakers. If you're making your own seasonings, make sure you're keeping them, out of the moisture. Don't You don't really want to store them by the stove because the
Yeah.
heat, the hot, cold, hot, cold.
Well, I'll tell you. I made some homemade Lipton onion soup mix, and it was a pretty big batch. And I needed some not too long ago, and I knew I had made some, and I went and got it, and I didn't even have to open the mylar bag. I could just it was very firm. Everything stuck
A
together.
brick.
Everything stuck together. So it's not that it's not bad. I mean, it's not good. Rather, it's not gone bad. But with that moisture getting in there, it could potentially, you know, grow bacteria or whatever. So I had to discard it. You know.
Well, when we were moving, we found a whole bunch of our salt and sugar was
Um.
brick.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Well, the salt is not necessarily
yeah, I'm
dangerous.
not concerned
It's
about the
there.
salt.
You don't have to be worried about that. Sugar, yeah, but
So,
so
um, but
what I have to come up with is a way to keep it from caking up like that, and I could probably when I make it the next time I could probably use a little bit of cornstarch, just shake it up with it, and I'll keep it from doing that.
mhm.
So just FYI.
Well, that's just one of the things that everyone needs to take away from this is when you make your own, you do get to control what you put in it.
Yeah, you're gonna have
But
trial and error, like I did with the onion soup mix, but it is
well,
what it
you
is.
you won't have to worry about oh, what is that? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. You know, where uh, they were putting bugs in the food. Bug parts.
Well, the FDA, I don't know what the
Can't
percentage
remember the name of
is.
it.
I don't know what the percentage is, but believe it or not, the FDA does allow a certain percentage of insect parts in processed foods.
Yes.
So, just
So when you
FYI,
make your own, you don't have to worry about
you don't
that.
have to worry about bug parts. you know.
uh, but but no, you know, and that was the main thing we wanted to really, you know, say it again was this allows you to control the ingredients, the quality of the ingredients, and to know what you are eating.
Hmm.
Um, because the more time goes on, we are really starting to figure out that they have been doing us a lot of harm.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
in all honesty, we
Just
don't know what's in these ingredients.
yeah. Look up how red dye is made.
Ooh, yeah.
The cat's
So,
coughing. May, she's over here on the. She's got a little cough. Poor thing.
well, is there anything else you wanted to add there?
Um. No, I've been looking at this website that I showed everybody. I mean, it's got some really interesting things. Um. Oh, here it is. We were talking about the bouillon. I think this is yeah, it's got okay. In this let's see where to oh, I lost it. Hold on. Okay. It's number 88 on the askaprepper.com, the 177 DIY projects. It's number 88 how to make it's called portable soup. Now, back in like the early 1800s or whatever, way back when, they would call it pocket soup. But here
Hmm.
it gives you the instructions to make your own bouillon. So, and it's
And with it being
now
properly
this one,
stored,
this recipe is for beef. It's calls for 5 pounds, 5 pound beef shank roast. Uh, Water, medium slow cooker, cheesecloth, large bowl, blah 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 blah. That's just this. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Now, I don't know about cooking it in the crock pot because that's not how I make it. I do it on the stove top. That way I can turn it up or turn it down however I see fit because I want that really thick syrup consistency. But yeah,
right?
but this is I'm looking at this is a good recipe. So if you anybody wants to try that out, so and like we said before, you control all of the ingredients. If you don't want to put any salt in it at all, and when you go to use it, you can just add salt as you need it, the right salt. Now I don't know who needs to hear this, but I find it kind of interesting. Uh, you want to make your own wind turbine? We can make a wind
Wind
turbine.
turbine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I keep clicking on things and I forget it's number 91. If you want to make a wind turbine, go for it. Let me know how that works out. How
So
to
could you?
build a solar generator. Um mm,
Okay.
yeah, emergency shelters when you're on the move. How to prepare your house against. Now, this is interesting. Number 105. How to prepare your house against looters. Well,
Oh.
I can think of a few things. Look at that smile. What are you thinking?
Oh, just start putting up signs for the other party. That way, they don't think you have anything.
Oh, well, that went way beyond what I thought you were going to say.
Well, I can't discuss things like that
Why?
here. Uh,
Why not?
because most of my stuff is not fit for public anyway. I used to
Okay.
have a friend of mine that would put the old Hillary Clinton stickers and all kind of peace signs and all that stuff all over his gun cases. That way, no, it's just music equipment,
Mm-hmm.
and no one would give it a second look.
Well, at the same time, I see videos of, people teaching this kind of stuff, you know, how to blend in when you're trying to get back to your home or whatever. But, in my mind, it's kind of a, I don't know, I'm on the fence about sharing stuff like that because, I mean,
It's all over the internet, and in all honesty, if you're trying to be the
well, I
gray
mean,
man,
I'm just saying the enemy watches it too.
no, no, that's 100%. But if you're trying to be in that case, if you're trying to blend in, if you're trying to go for that gray man look, and you've got to work at it, you're not going to be the gray man.
Hmm.
I mean, just straight up, if you buy any 511 tactical stuff, or if you're wearing boots or whatever else, you're
Hmm.
you're you're just got a spotlight on you anyway. So I give
Yeah.
up on it.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
all anybody can do is try.
uh, it depends on the circumstance, depends upon where you're at. Um, if you look at some of the events taking place in the United States right now, there's
Minnesota.
quite a few people, yeah, that are completely tacked out. Face masks, helmets, vests. A lot of them are carrying guns, long guns, and things like
Stolen.
that. And uh, yeah, out of the back of police cars,
Mm-hmm.
FBI,
Yeah.
whatever. But if you try to blend in, then sure, dress up like a road warrior. That's what they look like out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But then again,
And it
you just
makes you
have to.
wonder. How do they get that stuff? Anyway.
Well, the main thing is you need to be avoiding those interactions altogether.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to make it home, you should not be in the middle of anything like that. I know we're right. We're welcome to the rabbit hole. We're skewing off
We
from,
are. We are.
uh,
That's why we call it the rabbit hole.
But in all honesty, if watching this video, and you may not be, in and around our hometown, if you are, be careful out there. There are a lot of people out there that don't care about you.
Mm-mm.
They would rather videotape you being beaten than help.
Mm-hmm.
So just remember, again, you are your own first responder. You need to keep up with yourself and your family. You also need to make sure that you have the adequate gear to get you out of a situation like that, also.
Yeah. And
So,
it's a lot of preparation. Especially if you're in the middle of something like that, and all you're trying to do is get home. But it another thing that people need to be doing is praying for these lunatics.
mhm.
You know, you know,
Well,
people say that
that may be a
that prayer is not worth it. Well, it is. It definitely is. But anyway, we've skewed.
segue into the next rabbit hole.
Maybe.
I think we may wind up doing some EDC daily carry stuff and
Are
see
you
about
are you going to be doing some show and tell?
well, and
That's a yes.
let's see how this works without crashing everything.
Did you already have something set up? Of course you did.
Yeah,
Maybe.
kinda. So,
Why am I
but
not
got
surprised?
a, a few examples of some things that I want to discuss. So here's a little teaser. Um, this is my. Uh, I'm trying to do this with the camera in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. That's my little organizer for all my cables, and that is where my EcoFlow battery slides right in there, and that is airline friendly.
Cool.
So, but yeah, some cool new stuff.
Is that the one you
Camera
just
amazing.
got?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, a couple things like that. Everyday carry lights and my new headlamp, which is uh, a lot to talk about. I'm trying to do this reverse angles, and I'm looking at different screens. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I guess we're going to be talking about EDCs on the next one.
well, I think it's actually pretty important, to make sure that you know it, this is something that changes daily. It is. I've got my staples that stay with me constant, no matter what. Um, but some of the stuff needs to be updated. Um, I've recently done the little fixed blade knife
Mm-hmm.
that I don't have to worry about it folding up. When I pull
Well,
this out,
there is such a
there it
thing.
is.
There is such a thing as uh, certain things that you get. You can actually outlive it. It will start to deteriorate, and you know.
Yes. Um, me and Bob are starting to figure that out a lot. That we've had a lot of these items for 10, 15, 20 years, and now it's turning back. A lot of the rubber's turning back into just petroleum because it's turning into goo.
Mm-hmm.
We're outliving the products.
Well, like if you have a tent, you know, eventually that thing's going to fall apart. It's not meant for a forever shelter. So you do have to go through all of your gear and your food preps and everything really, and make sure everything's on the up and up, or figure out what you need to replace. Go ahead and replace it. Replacing things, the sooner the better. You know, rather than waiting until things go down and you're not going to be able to find whatever you need. So replace things that need replacing, the sooner the better.
No, that's it exactly. Because I'm figuring out that a lot of these rechargeable lights I was mentioning before that I'm trying to get everything on USB-C. So that's kind of the reason why I want to talk about some of this stuff and to where it can be all charged on the same cable as your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not having 17 different types of cables and wall blocks and all of this stuff. It just simplify things.
Right.
Um, but it's very important. So I think that'll be a good topic for next time.
Okay. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about picking a topic then. Because usually it's last minute.
Right? Well,
So,
I've been thinking about this one a good bit.
well, let's not get too
Because
far into it, Dave, because we'll be sitting
well, no,
here
no,
for
no.
another hour.
Oh, no, no, I know that. But what I'm saying is, just as much as, the food is important, that with everything that's going on in the country, that you see people that just make a wrong turn in their vehicle and now they're in the middle of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it is important to be prepared and maybe even a little more prepared nowadays.
Well, do you remember
Um,
a long time ago, um, even before we started doing live streams, it's been a good minute, I had mentioned, when things are going good, that is not the time to be cavalier.
no,
That is the best time to up your preps. When things are going good, yeah, relax, enjoy it for, a spell, you know, but that's the best time when things are going good. Like right now, our economy's not that bad. You know,
it's
some
not,
some
and
prices are a little higher than they used to
they
be.
are,
Yeah, but
you know,
it is getting
but
better.
don't wait until you see a Facebook post about, man, I can't find no 9 millimeter ammo. It's all
Mm-hmm.
gone. And
Mm-hmm.
then scramble and go buy something. That's like waiting for the snowstorm to be here to go buy milk and bread. Everybody's going to be at the store doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And not only
You
that,
know,
when something like that goes down, don't they raise the prices?
no, not normally. There are a couple of shady places that have done that in the past.
Well, that's what I'm
There
saying.
were some
It
guys.
happens.
It does. Back when there was a 22 shortage, there were some guys going to Academy, buying everything up there and taking it to their local gun shops and selling it for double the price.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's what I mean.
and once you find that out, you don't ever shop at that store again because if they're willing to do that in this time,
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to be honest with you any other time. Um, but yeah, just think about these things ahead of time. And the food all goes in along with it. Because
Yeah.
you're going to have food with you too.
Yeah, and
So
that's the purpose. In my opinion, that's the purpose of making your own seasonings and gravy mixes and biscuit mixes and whatnot, because you do still need a variety, and you need not only just a variety of food, but you need a variety of flavor as well. Because food
and nutrients.
fatigue, food fatigue is a very real thing. Because
Oh yeah.
I don't know anybody that could long term live on beans and rice. In the beginning, how many? I don't even know how many people have I've heard say that. I'll just go get some beans and rice and call it good. Um, that's a good idea in theory. Yes, you could live on it, not very well because your body needs more than that. But that food fatigue's gonna hit, and when it does, it hits hard. And not within just a couple of weeks, it's gonna hit within a couple of days.
Well, for instance, I had a job site that was next to Burger King, and I'm talking about walking distance. And I was on that job site for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and I ate more Burger King than I ever have in my entire life when I was there, and I still to this day, and that was over 15 years ago. I still,
That's why you don't like Burger King.
yep.
Well,
It was
that
almost
is a,
every day or every other day.
that is a perfect example of why pizza is not my favorite food. You know, because
Agreed.
when I was young, my mom loved to order Domino's pizza. Now we're talking early '80s. Um, I couldn't stand it anymore. I don't know what it was that she loved about it so much, but food fatigue is definitely a real thing.
So yeah, I mean, and that's the reason why we keep saying variety. You
Hmm.
know, you're making you make your own items. You can season it how you want to, and keep that change, that variety going.
Right. Okay. Well, if you don't have anything else to add, we can go ahead and wrap this up.
Yep. No, that's fine. I got a little further into what I want to do for next time than I
That's
wanted,
what I was
but
saying, Dave. You're going.
no, it's
We're
all
gonna
right
sit here
because I
for
mean,
another hour.
yeah, I know. Uh,
I mean, as much as
but
I would love
no,
to sit and talk about all the, different spice recipes and things like that, that's in a lot more detail when, it's just as easy to look it up because there's not much that Google does not know.
right. So nope, we are. I think I'm good.
Alrighty. Well, we are going to go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for joining us in the chat. And one of these days, I'm not exactly sure when, but one of these days we will. We've mentioned it before, so I feel safe saying it again. Um, one of these days we will have a call-in line. So that we can take questions or whatever, have a dialogue one on
Oh yeah,
one, which would be absolutely awesome. I'm so looking forward to it. Because for me, when I look at the chat, it's on another screen. You know, I have to wear reading glasses for up close, but I can't see them because they're too far away, so I have to take my glasses off. It would just be so nice to to be able to talk to somebody, you know,
right.
answer their question in real time. Because I'm not always
Like we
looking.
said,
I'm not always looking at the chat.
some good things are coming.
Yes, they are. We just have to get Dave to stay in Georgia for a little while. But
Right.
it's work. It is what it is. We've been here
Well, I'll
before.
never complain about making money.
No, we've been here before. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. As I said, I want to thank everybody who joined in the chat, and we
Oh
always
yeah.
we always
We've
enjoy
got
reading your comments.
Josh, Jason, Mark, Ronnie. Um, leaving anyone out?
Uh,
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm glad to have y'all with us, and we got a lot of good things coming.
we do. It's just gonna take time,
Yep.
as everything does. Not everything is handed to preppers on a silver platter. So, but right now, just gonna take a second. I want to thank Authenticate and Impact for sponsoring our videos. Thank you, ladies, so very much. And we will see you all on the next one.
Oh, and we have. Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron, just in time. We're wrapping it up. Glad to have you with us.
Cool. Well, that's the beauty of having it on YouTube. You can rewatch it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thank
So,
you again, everybody. We really, really do appreciate y'all's support. We are growing. We will grow. Just bear with us because it's not an overnight thing. Things take time to grow. And Dave.
there we go. Nope, nope. I can't type and do all this. I'm not that way. I'm a carpenter. I'm not a geek. No, thank you everyone for tuning in and my one track mind here. I'm over here. I'm a pecker. Uh, so thank you
Oh
everyone.
man.
And next week, next rabbit hole, we'll have a good time talking about some geeky stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll just let you run it.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. Hope everybody stays warm. It's pretty cold out there.
All right. Good night, everyone.